Hello and welcome to Brunel University London's webinar on student support at Brunel. My name is Stephen White and I'm the Student Support and Welfare Manager. After this presentation, there will be an opportunity to ask questions. To do this, you should type your questions into the panel in front of you and click Submit. You may need to open up your questions bar at the right-hand side of your screen. It would also be useful if you could also type your name so that when we can read out, we know who we're answering the question for. I hope you can all hear me, and with that we'll start this webinar. So today we're going to be talking about the support here for you, and I've broken this down into some core areas. To start with, we're talking about the chaplaincy. Brunel University London understands faith is important to many of our students, and we want to make sure that whilst you're studying, there's faith provision on campus for you. To do this, we have a multi-faith chaplaincy, and this is based in our meeting house, which is a location available for prayer or meeting for those of all faiths or none. It's a place to share ideas, to share thoughts, and to meet new people. So we really recommend making the most of our multi-faith chaplaincy service. They also run other activities to help people meet each other and to kind of try out new ideas. And one of those is our board games cafe on a Friday, where students can come along, play board games together and eat their lunch. This is especially good if you want to heat up some hot food, as our multi-faith centre has a kitchen available for student use. We also know that whilst you're studying, you might actually need someone to talk to that isn't a friend or family member, and we provide a counselling service at Brunel that's free to use for all of our students. This counselling service are solution focused and short term, so what they'll do is they'll sit down with you, look at your presenting challenge or your worry, and work with you on a short-term basis to try and provide yourself, you will help yourself find some of the answers to your challenges. This can be really effective, and what the counsellors will do is they may refer you onwards to external services if within the service session they haven't been able to help you in the way you'd like. But it's very much a service that's open to all, free to use, and also does some proactive outreach on helping you manage your exam stress and other challenges you might come across whilst at university. Our next area to talk about is our disability and dyslexia service. Here at Brunel, we're absolutely committed to making sure that everyone that studies with us has the equal opportunity to succeed. And our disability and dyslexia service plays a key part of this. They're here to help students become diagnosed if they have a specific learning difficulty. An example may be dyslexia, but also to help students with mental health disabilities and physical disabilities. You would meet with a disability advisor, and if appropriate, alterations and plans can be put in place to support you in your learning to make sure there's a level playing field. Our disability team are incredibly helpful and available to meet with students throughout the year, and also, where appropriate, book more special one-off support. If we move on to our mental health advisors, it's really important for us to recognise the importance of mental health in our society, but also in education. And here at Brunel, we want people to talk about their mental health. It's really important to have this open and honest conversation. Some days, some weeks, some months, we have good mental health, some days not so good. And what we want to do with our mental health advisors is offer support to make sure, where possible, we mitigate against or help this not to impact on your studies negatively. Or when it does, to offer you support on what we can do next. Our mental health advisors can meet with students who have a diagnosed mental health condition to create support plans, but also to offer practical advice throughout the academic year. All of the above support services are accessed via our student support and welfare team. This is the team that I manage. If you really think about it, the idea of our student support and welfare team is there to help you find the best support for you. So what you would do is come into our student centre, or you can drop us an email or live chat from September, or give us a call, and my student welfare officers are here to help advise you on what support might be best for you, and also to advise you on how best to access that support. You can then make an informed decision on which of the 4 of our services you might want to access, or the Student Support and Welfare team can offer you advice directly. This could be on areas such as budgeting and money advice. We know that studying abroad can be expensive, and we're here to help you budget to make sure that your funds go further. The Student Support and Welfare team can also offer additional advice if you come across a challenge in life that's unexpected, something goes wrong. We're here to help, to offer you advice and to help ensure that your studies are affected as least as possible. Our final strand, which is just as important, is Well at Brunel. Well at Brunel is our wellbeing service that runs across the university for staff and students. It's aimed at 4 key areas, and those are mental health, physical health, financial health, and sexual health. These 4 key areas are absolutely central to ensuring that our students have a good experience at university, and we run initiatives and programs to promote good financial health, good mental health, good sexual health, and good physical health. This could be from running walking challenges to advice on how to budget and use student discounts. This could be encouraging students to take their sexual health seriously, ensuring that we encourage students to get tested, or it could be looking at our mental health and having student support groups available. So our Well at Brunel brand really does help to enliven our agenda to ensure that whilst at Brunel you have a happy and healthy study experience. So I mentioned we have this one-stop shop via our Student Support and Welfare team, and this is based in our student centre. As I said earlier too, you can visit us, so you can come to us in person. We're based in the Howell Centre. You can call us, email, or from September, live instant message, live chat, and this will allow you to book a counselling appointment, maybe see a disability advisor. All of the stuff I've just spoken about, you'll be able to access via our student centre. Our student centre also has student advisors, and they're there to advise you on your parking needs, on changes of finance. They can advise you on module selection. So really, the student centre can advise you on almost any question you might have that's non-academic. If we don't know the answer, we'll find someone that does. You can connect with our Well at Brunel Wellbeing initiative via Twitter and Facebook, and I've listed those just here. Ultimately, what we want to do is ensure that whilst at Brunel you have an amazing time, you enjoy studying, and you know that we're here to help you should you need help. So, with that being said, I've given a brief outline of our services. Does anyone have any questions? Whilst we're waiting for questions to come through, we'll briefly mute the microphone. Thank you. I can see we have a question from Kelly here on the airport pickup, I believe. Unfortunately, the airport pickup service is only available on the Thursday before international orientation and the Sunday of your international orientation. However, we can offer you guidance on how to get to the university directly via email. Kelly, if you're able to later provide us with your email, we can send you these details. Are there any other questions? Hello, Kendra. Thank you for your question about scholarships. Whilst this is outside of student support, I do know that the scholarships have now been announced, and anyone that is successful will have received a notification by now. Just to let you know, CJ, yes, if you have been successful in scholarship, you should have been notified by now. Thank you for your question. I can see we have a question about the International Orientation Programme. Now, I would always suggest that students do attend it if possible. It really is the best way to get started at Brunel and for life in the UK. We'll be talking about lots of really interesting and helpful topics such as studying in the UK and that transition, how to open a bank account in the UK, your rights and responsibilities under a UK visa, and really just trying to make sure that you know what's happening at Brunel, where to go for support, and how to get started. So if you can attend, I definitely recommend it. Amita, I can see you asked a question about a deposit. May I ask, are you referencing a deposit for accommodation? Oh, hello, Alexandra. I can see you're looking to arrive into the UK earlier. You would need to complete an early arrival form that's available on the Welcome Week website or the accommodation office's website. Amita, if you're able to give us your student number, we can look into this and someone will contact you after the webinar. Alexandra, we would suggest that you do try to attend all of international orientation. The Sunday predominantly is campus tours and understanding the Uxbridge area, whereas the majority of the most useful information is on the Friday of international orientation, which also includes early university registration to help you beat the queues. I can see we have a question about paying accommodation after the 30th of August. If you can send us your student number, we can get back to you on that. I'm very happy to answer any other questions you might have about the support whilst at Brunel. So if anyone does have any questions to do with the support, please do let me know and I'm here to answer them. Thank you for your ID number. What I'll do is I'll just talk a little about international airport pickup because I know that some of you may use this service. We run international airport pickup from Heathrow Airport on the 13th and the 17th of September. And what we'll do is if you book in advance, we have a team of people who will meet you at Heathrow in Terminal 2. They'll help get you into a taxi that you don't have to pay for, that Brunel funds, and they will take you straight to the campus and to your accommodation. You'll then be met by international ambassadors who can help you move into your halls, and on the Thursday evening we have a movie night for everyone to sit down, relax and get ready for international rotation to begin on the Friday. Our airport welcome service is going to be manned from 7 AM till 7 PM. There's lots of information that you can find on our Welcome Week website, which I will just type into the answer box in a moment. The other thing to do, of course, is look out for our pre-arrival webinar that's coming up soon. In answer to the question about finding other students on the Automotive and Motorsport Engineering course, if you just give us your student number, we'll work hard to connect you with other students. The question about the Academic Excellence Scholarship, I do apologise, I'm unable to answer this today because I'm only knowledgeable in the area of student support, but we will take your student number and get back to you. And I thought what I would do is just show you the Welcome Week website to help you navigate it. So if you just bear with me whilst I navigate to this site. So this website is the best place to go for any information you might need related to Welcome Week. So you can see this is our landing page with our welcome from our Students' Union. This is a great video to watch as it helps you get a flavour for life at Brunel. Now you can see here we have three options. We have Before You Arrive, which you can click on. This will take you to a list of checks and tasks for you to complete. Once you've completed a task, you can tick it and it will save your progress. We have a bespoke section for international students, and that will take you as well to our international arrival guide, which is going to be coming soon, giving you additional information before you come here. But if you want to navigate to the international arrival pages, you can click on Arriving at Brunel, International Orientation Programme, and here you can find all the information you need to about the Airport Welcome Service, as well as the International Orientation Programme. You can also see a small excerpt of the programme here, which includes the Thursday to the Sunday. If you have any questions at all, please do let me know. Okay, so if you want to access your timetable, that's no problem at all. So what you'll need to do is, if we go back to the Welcome Week webpage where you'll start, you'll have completed everything on Before You Arrive on our check sheet here. And what we can do is we can look through the entire page, ensure that everything has been ticked And once you've done everything on this page, it'll make sure that you're ready for Brunel. Once you've completed this page, you can click on Arriving at Brunel, and here, logging into eVision, your Welcome Week timetable will appear. If you log in via eVision, the system will create the timetable which is bespoke to you. So this is the best way to log in. If you're unable to log in via eVision, you can select your timetable from a list section, and your timetable will look something like this. You can see the session, a blurb about what's happening in the session, and the times and locations. So please do remember though, the best thing to do is to log in via eVision to find your timetable. This web page will also be reviewed before September and may look different the next time you visit. I can see there's a question about visas. Would you mind supplying your student ID and we can get back to you? Thank you. For students already in the UK that are international, your student journey will be similar to that of a home student. You, of course, will not need to worry about airport welcome, but you may still wish to attend international orientation, which is always a very useful event. I can see there's an accommodation question. If you could supply your student number, we can get back to you. Thank you. On the question of your timetable, to be able to log into eVision, what you need to do is complete your university pre-registration task here, part 1. Once you've gone through this registration, you'll be able to view your Welcome Week timetable. Thank you for your question about hours in class. This is entirely programme and course dependent. So what we would suggest you do is look carefully at your teaching timetable that you'll receive once you arrive at Brunel. And this can be a really good point of discussion when you meet your tutor in the first week. Hello Alex, thank you for your question. We aren't able to recommend a particular bank due to UK financial regulations, but what we will do in our Banking in the UK session is we'll provide a list of UK banks that you may want to investigate as a student. We recommend you check out the course pages online, Mohammed. We do have a PDC, which is our Professional Development Centre. They're on hand to guide you throughout your studies and after graduation to help ensure you have the opportunities to improve your CV and be as employable as possible. Yes, you will need your visa and BRP to complete registration. That will be part 2. You can complete part 1 before you arrive, and this is strongly recommended. We're busy creating our timetable right now, so we won't be able to confirm where lectures will be held. You will get your teaching timetable once you've arrived at Brunel. Thank you. I can see there's a question about getting a UK phone number. During the International Orientation Programme, we will be giving out free SIM cards to students that will allow them to have a UK number. We'll also give advice and guidance if you wish to take out a UK phone number with an alternative provider. I can see we have a question about references. Thank you for your question. Would you mind providing your student number and we can make sure we get back to you with the correct response? So we'll be online for another 10 minutes if you come up with any questions. More than happy to answer them, and we're really looking forward to having you at Brunel. Thanks very much, Tarabi. Have a lovely day. Hi, Mohammed. If you're able to supply your student number, we'll work on getting back to you with an answer to that.